On to Manchester City. We've seen, obviously, time and time again, Barcelona's financial issues. Most recently, their failure to, again, register Dani Olmo. Could a loan deal be possible for Man City, or is he a free agent? Well, how exactly would this even work if he were to move to Man City?
He would be a free agent. Look, I think Barcelona, they're obviously appealing the whole situation right now. They're going to try and appeal it should it be refused. They're going to try and kick the ball into the long grass and try and keep the player as long as they can. We are all aware of the Barcelona financial issues, and that they're trying really every trick in the book to try and find ways to make this happen. This latest thing about the VIP boxes, which they have lodged to support the signing of Olmo, is, well, apparently it wasn't lodged on time, and that's their biggest issue. They will then appeal that the time deadline was wrong, etc. They'll find some other dubious excuse to go for it. The reality is, although Olmo wants to stay there, I think he might be better served if he did move. I think there's interest, apart from Man City. I know AC Milan are interested, and I think also Arsenal. So it's not a question that he'd be snapped up in a heartbeat, but it's how long it's going to take to get this resolved. And it's got to be done in January for both sides, and so we'll see where it goes. But I think he would be a free agent because his contract would be null and void, as I understand it, and so he'd be able to operate as a free agent, and certainly could move to Man City and start a new deal if needed.
And do these recent victories actually for Manchester City potentially slow their plans in January from what we thought might happen a week ago? I know we kind of originally for a while were like, they'll get the ship right, they won't worry about signings. Then 14 matches without consecutive wins, but now consecutive wins. So where do you think that leaves them in terms of actually how many signings will come in January?
You're right. It's an interesting mind thought that they have to go through. We were thinking that, yes, they may just dive into the market and try and get the whole squad going. I had a look at the injury list and seeing how long some of these other players are out. There's going to be a couple coming back in the next couple of weeks. That's also going to come into the thinking about what they're going to do in the transfer window. So there's no doubt there will be some confidence restored to a degree back in City in the camp. The squad is still fairly strong. I mean, you've got to say that you look at that squad and it's not exactly that weak, and they're still built for European and Premier League football. So it may be that maybe come down from 4 to maybe 2 or 3 could be the sort of activity we're looking at, I think, for City.
And I'm sure you've seen the links to Omar Marmoush of Eintracht Frankfurt and what they might require for a signing to happen this January. Do you see that one getting over the line?
Yes, I do. I think he's a very exciting prospect, and I think he would fit City very well. He's a different type of option as a goal scorer from Haaland, and I think he gives them that sort of bit of magic that they've been needing and lacking up front for a while now. I think at 50 million, I think he'd be a great signing. So I think, yes, I think they'll get it over the line, and that would be something that would really reinvigorate City as well.
And on another striker's front, Manchester City do have a buyback clause on Liam Delap. Would you think they'll likely take that up after his impressive form this season with Ipswich Town?
Yeah, look, I've been speaking to a couple of friends of mine about Liam Delap who know him and have followed his career so far. They rate him very, very highly. They think he's a real classic, forward, and he's built very well and is physical, quick, young, the right age, etc. So he's got all the right talents. Yes, City have got the buyback, but I think if they get Marmoush, they may be prepared, unless they do a deal to buy him back, then resell him. I don't see him ending up with City. I think he will move on elsewhere in the Premier League, but there's no doubt there's a lot of interest. He's on the list, I would think, of most clubs at the moment who are looking at striking options.